Lesson 2-9A, Slope-Intercept Form. This is another form of a linear equation. So in slope-intercept form, a linear equation is written in the form of y equals mx plus b, where m is the slope, we call that m, and b is the y-intercept, we call that b. For our example, we're going to write each equation in slope-intercept form. So it's going to be in the form of y equal mx plus b. Identify the slope and the y-intercept. So you'll need to mark m equal something and b equal something. Okay, so for problem A, y equal x minus 5. Let's compare it to slope-intercept form. We have y equal something x minus a number. This is already in slope-intercept form. So we're going to identify that our slope, m, is the number in front of x. And if we don't see anything in front of x, there's an invisible 1. So the slope is 1, and b, the y-intercept, is the number after x. In this case, it's minus 5, which we can call negative 5. So the y-intercept is negative 5. Example B, we have 4x plus 3y equal 9. This is not in slope-intercept form. It is still in standard form. So we need to solve for y. So start by boxing in that y term. Make sure you include the plus sign to the left of the term, and that tells us we're trying to get that term positive 3y by itself. So we're going to get rid of this positive 4x by subtracting 4x from both sides. Now this is different. On the left side, those x terms cancel. But on the right side, we cannot combine 9 and a negative 4x. They are not like terms. So I'm going to try to match this slope-intercept form by writing my x term first, negative 4x, and then bringing down my constant, positive 9, last. Now we're still trying to get this in slope-intercept form, so we need to get rid of this 3 in front of y. So to undo multiplying 3, we're going to divide both sides of this equation by 3. On the left side, those 3's will cancel. So when we divide everything by 3, the left side we get y, and on the right side, negative 4x divided by 3 would just be the fraction negative 4/3 x. Positive 9 divided by 3 is just positive 3. And so we now have this equation in slope-intercept form. M is the number that is multiplied by x, which is negative 4/3. So that would be your slope. And b, the y-intercept, is the number after x, just the constant, which is positive 3. C part, we have the equation 5y equal 3x. And we want to solve for y to get this into slope-intercept form. So we have 5 times y. We can divide both sides of the equation by 5 to get y by itself. So we get y equal 3/5 x. And since y is by itself, this appears to be in slope-intercept form, although it looks a little odd. Let's look at what slope and y-intercept might be. Slope, m, is the number in front of x, which is 3/5. b is the number after x. If you don't see anything after x, that means it must be 0. So the y-intercept is 0, which tells us, by the way, that this line crosses the y-axis at the origin. So this would be a proportional equation. And our form y equal 3/5 x, we could circle it as is, or if you would like, you can add the plus 0 at the end. It means the same thing. Equation D, 3x minus y equal 14. We'll start by boxing in our y term because we want to get that y term by itself. So we're going to get rid of 3x by subtracting 3x from both sides of the equal sign. So we get negative y on the left side. On the right side, we cannot combine 14 and negative 3x. They're not like terms. So I'm going to bring down my x term first, and then my constant, positive 14, last. That way we're trying to get this in the form of y equal mx plus b. Now we want to get y by itself on the left side, and currently there's a negative in front of y, which we know means there's a negative 1. So I'm going to divide the left side of the equation by negative 1, and I'm going to divide the right side of the equation by negative 1. When we do that, on the left side, the negative 1's cancel and we get y. On the right side, negative 3x divided by negative 1 is positive 3x. Positive 14 divided by negative 1 is negative 14. And so our equation is now in slope-intercept form, y equal mx plus b, where m is the number multiplied by x, that's 3, and b is the number that's by itself, behind x, that's negative 14. And we're finished.